Are you a local small business owner struggling to get more customers through the door? You're not alone. Local marketing is the key to standing out in your community and turning neighbors into loyal customers. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 powerful local marketing strategies that are simple, cost effective, and proven to work. Let's get into it. Most small businesses rely too heavily on online marketing, forgetting that local customers are their bread and butter. If you're struggling to get foot traffic, create buzz, or build strong customer relationships in your area, you might be missing some easy marketing wins. I'm going to give you 5 local marketing strategies. Let's get started with number 1, get involved in the community. Now, it sounds like that's a gimme, but honestly, a lot of businesses don't do this. And it's as simple as sponsoring a local event, a school team, a charity drive. Like where I live on a lake, and every year they do this boat bingo, I guess they call it. And, it's for charity. But each station that the boats have to check into um, is sponsored by a local company, business, real estate agent, what have you. And as the boats come by, they have an opportunity to speak with all the people in their community. So that's a great one in our area. And I'm sure if you look around, you'll find some in your area as well. Another great way to get involved in the community, connect with people in your community is through local events like fairs. I mean, there's always things going on, right? There's, the farmers markets or anywhere that you can rent a booth fairly inexpensively. I know there's some in our area as low as $25 gets you out on a Saturday face to face with lots of people in your area. So that's a great way. Just hand out some flyers, even if you're a brick and mortar business, restaurant, whatever. It's an opportunity for you to put a face to your brand and just hand out some flyers, some coupons, whatever, and create some buzz and traffic that way. And the third way that you can get involved in the community, or the third way I like, is to partner with other small businesses to cross promote. So if you're friends with somebody on the other side of town who owns a adjacent business is what I call it. So it's like a business. It's not your business, but maybe you complement each other in some way, and you can send them business and they can send you business. It's typically going to be people who have similar target audience as you. So the reason why getting involved in the community works is because customers love supporting businesses that support their community. It's as simple as that. So if you're out there seen as supporting the community, they're going to support you back and you become a familiar and trusted name in your community. Okay, number 2, leverage word of mouth and referrals. Okay, so word of mouth is the best kind of advertising you can get because it's not only is it free, it's the most powerful. But there are some things that you can do to encourage that and to create that. So one of the things is that many business owners miss is they never ask. I mean, that's simple, right? But you need to ask. If you ask and you shall receive. So just ask, encourage your happy customers. Hey, you got something out of this. Leave us a review and make it easy for them. Give them the link, give them a QR code, whatever you need in order to leave that review for you, because people will buy based on what other people said about your business. So super important. Just ask. Then think about it, and this doesn't work for all businesses, but think about whether a loyalty program makes sense for you. It used to be big about, I don't know, 15 years ago or so. It used to be we all had those little business card size referral programs, they were super popular back then. Well, that's kind of faded out. So bring those back. Buy 10, get one free, those kind of things at the ice cream shop or at the, wherever, the smoothie store. So it may not make sense for your business, but that is something that makes sense for some. And then the thing that you can incorporate into your business is thinking about ways to wow, surprise, and delight your customers. Now, your customers are expecting the big things. And I talk about this a lot on the podcast and here on the YouTube channel. Um, it's the little things that really get attention and really stick in the mind of your customer. And when something like that happens, then they talk about it. And one example that I've given in the past is we ordered a new bathroom vanity for our master bath renovation. And when it arrived, there was a little gift box sitting inside in the sink under all the cardboard and wrap and everything that they had shipped this giant 72-inch double vanity monstrosity. And so when we were unwrapped it, I found this little gift box and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And I opened it up and it had this really nice little note with it and said, "Thank you for your business. Here's a little gift to show our appreciation." And it was a bamboo soap holder. Now, that probably cost, I mean, we spent thousands on that vanity, and that item probably was like $3 or $5 or whatever it cost them. Um, but that stuck in my mind. I keep telling people about that moment because it really impressed me. It was like this little unexpected thing that happened that made me talk about that. And so think about how you can incorporate that in your business. Sometimes it's just the little things. Sometimes it doesn't even cost anything, but it just ways to show your customers that you really appreciate them, that you value them, and that you're thinking about ways to do things better for them. Okay, let's get into number 3. Optimize your business for local search. You're a local business. But that doesn't mean people are gonna find you easily or just by driving down the street. "Oh, I happened to see you over there." So, make sure that you're listed on Google My Business, Yelp, whatever directories make sense for you to be on, and make sure you keep them up to date, monitor them, reply to any comments that are made there, even the bad ones, because that's an opportunity for you to, um sometimes a bad review is an opportunity to turn them into a lifelong customer by behaving in a way that they didn't expect and really leaning into what the comment was about. Um, okay, so some other things that you can do to optimize your business for local search. Use signs, flyers, and banners. So what does that mean? All right, I'm going to give you a whole slew of examples, and I think I'll make a list and put it up on the screen because it's a long list, and then you can just like take a picture of it, whatever, and so you have it. So the first one is sidewalk A-frame signs. So if you're a brick and mortar and you have a store, make sure you have something outside or a coffee shop or whatever. Make sure it's on brand, it's catchy, maybe has an arrow pointing come inside, a little arrow pointing, telling which go, hot coffee this way, 20% off today. Come on in. Make sure you've got a little call to action on there. If you're in home services, directional yard signs can be great for you because those are those small weather resistant signs that you can stick, just ask your customers, can I put this in your yard for the next week? And most of them are going to say yes. And they'll just say, new siding provided by, or new roof by, or, whatever service that you have. Large banners, maybe you are in a building where you can hang a banner up on the building to grab attention. That would be great. Or find a building that's close by to you and see if you can get permission to put a sign on it. Window decals and clings are great. That's a way to really decorate your storefront, make it pop, by putting some. We had a gym that was a client for a while, and we did these huge window clings of people exercising in the gym. We did a photo shoot with some of their members, and then we plastered them up on the windows out front because there was a lot of foot traffic going by those windows on a regular basis. So that was really an eye-catching way to get people to stop and look in and check it out. Um, LED, of course, open signs. Just make sure people know that you're open, especially at night, because if there's any kind of question, they're just going to keep on going. Look at local business partnerships. We talked about that earlier, but that cross promotion. Maybe you leave flyers at their business, they leave flyers at your business. Again, if you have a common audience, that's a great one. Community boards and coffee shops is another place that you can put flyers. There's usually like those, shared bulletin board type situations. I've even seen them. There's one restaurant here locally that has a huge board with lots of local stuff on it. It's a small thing, but you never know how those things all add up and create, all this promotion for your business. Look at, the kind of handouts that you're doing at events, farmers markets. We talked about that before. Distribute flyers, get people to come in. So that's another way to use flyers. QR codes, use them. They're great. If you're using Canva will create one for you. So it's not difficult. Slam that QR code in any flyer, business card, whatever you got, because it's super easy. People don't have to type in your URL. Maybe they type it wrong and then they don't get it and it's frustrating. QR codes, it's just take a picture and go, and then they're there. Another thing I wanted to mention in this section is EDDM postcards. Now, if you've never heard of EDDM, it's Every Door Direct Mail, and it's a service offered by the post office at a highly discounted postage rate. I think the last time I looked, it was 18 cents a piece. So that can be, and the way EDDM works is that you select the post office routes that you want your postcards to go to. Now you have to go to the whole route. But you can also sort the route by age and income demographics. So if you have a very high-end luxury type item that you're selling locally to homeowners, this would be a great option for you because you could pick all of the postal routes in your area that have the highest income. If you're looking at, targeting parents, like we had a client that was a pediatric urgent care center, we did a lot of EDDM in a 5-mile radius around their location, and we targeted households of 4 or more. So then we knew that there was at least 2 kids in the house. And, in certain ages. So we knew there were parents of, younger children. And then another thing that you can do on a local basis for banners, ads, that kind of thing is Nextdoor. If you've never heard of Nextdoor, it's kind of like Facebook for neighborhoods. And when you can buy a zip code on there that you want to target, and then you become part of that community and feed that's going on to those specific neighborhoods. There are some neighborhoods this is super popular. We have a real estate business that we've used this very successfully with. So depending on your business, that might be an option for you. So I did want to mention that because a lot of people don't know about it. So visibility matters. When customers search for businesses nearby, you want to be the first option they see. And these are all the kinds of ways that you can just make people feel like you're everywhere. You're everywhere. You're the one to use because you're everywhere. So let's go. Number 4, host events and workshops. Now, again, this might not be a fit with your business, but even if you don't think it's a fit, it might be a fit. So hear me out. When COVID hit in 2020, a lot of small businesses had to learn how to do business in a different way. So bakeries started doing online bread making courses, or sending mail order kits for bread for different recipes or bread or whatever. So even though bakeries would have been considered local brick and mortar type businesses prior to COVID, All right, COVID kind of changed the game because it forced us to get innovative and creative about how we did business. So even though we're not in COVID now, it's still an opportunity to think about ways that you can do things outside the box that can attract attention and give you visibility in your community. So, one great way to do it is mini classes. So, if you're a boutique, you could do a mini class on how to pick a wardrobe or a little fashion show, even. You could do product demos inside the store. Anything like that that's tactile, that is experiential, can be very impactful. Um, you can organize networking events for local entrepreneurs. So think about your local chamber. They probably have like here they call them coffee and contacts, and they're always held in somebody's store. It could be a hair salon, it could be a restaurant, it could be anywhere. And they usually have them early in the morning before the business opens. But this is getting foot traffic into your store. So you're getting all these people from the chamber that maybe didn't know about you, um, coming through your store and getting information about you. And then you can run some exclusive in person sales. So, come into the store for this. Or like sometimes we've done giveaways where you have to come in physically to enter. So that's one way to kind of drive some traffic, or VIP nights and things like that. Those can be good. So events can create a lot of excitement and give a reason for people to visit your business. So that's why you should consider them. All right. Lastly, number 5, build strategic partnerships. And personally, I love this one. And we've seen a lot of success doing this, as a marketing agency with some of our clients. So, again, go back to think about those complementary businesses who share a similar target audience as you. So, think about bookstores and coffee shops, right? You could host an author event. The coffee shop could cater the coffee and some cookies or something for the event with some promotion on their part. Or if, it's great if you're next door to each other, even, but you don't have to be. Another example, I just want to give you examples because I don't know what your business is. And so you have to think about what makes sense for you. Gyms and nutritionists, all right? So their target audience are both concerned about wellness, both concerned about being healthy. So maybe the nutritionist offers meal plans alongside the workout programs that the gym is offering. Maybe you package something together that they can buy as some personal training and, a meal plan or nutritionist plan. Yoga studios and chiropractors. That almost seems funny, doesn't it? So, I know I need a chiropractor after doing yoga. I don't know about you, but just think about these kind of joint wellness services that works. Realtors. This is there's a lot that you can package with realtors, but think about like moving companies, right? This is a way that you can, help home buyers transition and so on. There's a lot of not just moving the whole house, but a lot of times just getting settled. Like they come here and they end up buying furniture and they need it delivered and all those kind of good things. So partnering up with somebody is great. And once you do that and you're sending them business, a lot of times they're going to send you business back. So it ends up being reciprocal. Think about event venues and catering. That's an obvious one. So a lot of times you'll see, if you use this caterer at our events, you get a discount or things like that. All inclusive packages you could put together. So just think about that. But people like bundled discounts, and that instead of they don't have to make as many decisions, right? I don't have to go to 4 or 5 different companies if I have this bundle that's being provided in a joint agreement from these companies. So that's a great way to spread the word, be a little bit different, and attract people to your local business. So, which of these strategies are you excited to try? Let's chat about what that looks like. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear. If you want some ideas for your business specifically, put it down below. what kind of business do you own, and what direction do you feel like you want to try and go? And I'd love to brainstorm with you and come up with some ideas for you. Also, another way that you can connect with me is through our free grow session. That's a 60-minute coaching strategy session that I do one on one. I know it's free, crazy, but it's not a sales pitch. It really is a way for me to lead with value and connect with you in a more in depth way. So you can find that at timetothriveinbusiness.com /free-grow. And I will put the link in the comments.